Good morning to you all. Thank you so much. I cannot tell you how much fun I've had with this. I'm calling it my reveal series, right? It's just a little bit of fun to come out and share where I am and what I've been up to, and more importantly, where I'm going. I call it my reveal series, 5 parts. I've done part one, which was the calling, part two, the search. You've probably already watched that. If not, go and find those either on the YouTube page or on your subscriber links. And today's one is called the place. So I'll just pop back to where I ended off the search. Portugal was now off the radar. Portugal wasn't it for me. And I landed back in the UK and I went to see my brother and his sister, my sister-in-law. And the words that I found was I felt like I was a hot mess because I thought I knew I was headed to Portugal. So after I made peace with mum and things were wrapped up with her home, and then Portugal wasn't it, I thought, I don't know what it is. I don't know where it is. I don't know who I am. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. And I felt an absolute hot mess. And they gave me some very good advice. They said, why don't you just chill a bit, Kate? Why not just not make any decisions? And that was a great piece of advice that I really did my best to take to heart. However, in the meantime, I still needed to live somewhere. So I popped up to North Berwick, east of Edinburgh. I stayed on a beautiful flat of a friend next to the beach. I love North Berwick and I even applied for a flat there. It fell through, not my place. I then went down to Yorkshire, the band across sort of middle to north England, where my family's from. And I thought, maybe I can be here. And within 24 hours of getting there, I thought, this is not my place. This is my ancestry's place, not mine for me to live. And I was just, anyway, I just thought, chill. But my chilling was a little bit tenuous because I talk about the difference between going into a cave and going into a hole. And I felt like I was falling into a little bit of a hole. I was cold. I was alone. I could feel some depression coming on. I was doing all my things in terms of yoga and using my energetic frequency machine and taking my supplements, and I just couldn't get to grips. And a dear friend of mine said to me, come, I need you here. And instantly I was like, okay, I can come there. And I came. I'm going to reveal the initials of where I am. It's such fun. I don't mean to tease this out for too long, but I promise you in the next video, I will tell you exactly where I am and where I'm going to be moving. But today I want to tell you about the idea of this place. So what I realized was I wasn't looking for a home or a town or a city or even a property. I was looking for was a feeling. Because what happens to me is I get pulled to places. I always have. Once I've been pulled and I feel like my heart and spirit is being pulled somewhere, then I will be very meticulous and vigilant around closing out, ending it, tying up loose ends, closing out strong. And I will make sure everything is neat and tidy so that I can move. But the impetus for me always is being pulled. I think to the outside world, it feels like I'm always leaving somewhere. That's not how it works in my body. I get pulled. It's an amazing thing. It's almost like there's this suction on my heart and spirit. So what happened was I walked into this place. I'd been there before. I knew about it. I'd been there before. I walked into the main part of this property and this feeling came over me. And I thought and felt, oh my God, if I wanted to live here, this is my home. None of it made sense. It wasn't even there. This was here. And over the next couple of days, I'll tell you one important conversation with my very dear soul sister friend. When I said, oh, this is so interesting, like this has come up, she asked me one question. What would it take for you to call this home? I'll tell you more about that in the next video. A few days later, my brother asked me a question, very important, and he said, doesn't feel wrong for you. Do you think you could die there? Another powerful, powerful question. So all of this was milling around. And what would happen is I would go and visit this property energetically in my heart and soul. Right? I'd been on the property maybe an hour, not even, having some dinner. And when I visited this property, what it felt like to me is like almost like a red carpet unfolded, and I could see everything unfold in my life. I could see conversations. I could see people sitting around the dining table. I could see retreats. I could see people arriving for a private retreat. I could see people using the space. I could see there's a big workshop. I could see yoga and artist retreats and writing retreats and me doing a mastermind and co-living. And I could just see people weaving on and off of this property. Most importantly, it felt so peaceful and so aligned in my core. And I just started thinking and feeling and going, what if? What if this is it? And it was almost like I could see my life. I could see the importance of this next chapter of my world, this next version of me starting over. I'm 58 at the moment, and I've been thinking about the next 30 years. What is the iteration? What is my work? What do I need to bring? Where am I anchoring my energy? Where am I going to have a small tether to some land that will give me that sense of belonging and peace where people can come and find me? And then whenever I want to travel, I travel from this place, right? So I go to my beloved countries and my beloved places that I love. So I didn't have all the answers. In fact, I had no answers. I had this feeling. And I just thought, I found it. I found it. So what I will tell you today, because you've been so patient, is it is SA. I'm going to be living and calling SA my home. Now, SA could be one of many places. It could be Saudi Arabia. I told you I'd visited there. It could be the Schengen area, my beloved Greece and Italy. It could be South America. It could be Southern Australia. Lots of friends and people that I know in Southern Australia. It could be South Africa. It could be Southern Antarctica. Probably not that one, right? You know, I'm done with the cold. So I'm going to be calling SA my home. In the next video, number 4, I absolutely, hand on heart, promise you I will reveal exactly where and the exact place where I am surrendering to home. Today, I wanted to simply share about the place because the place is a feeling in my heart and soul. And I'm wondering if you have a place that feels like that for you, or perhaps you are in the calling or the searching or the wandering. And it's been the most magical, crazy journey for the last, well, this happened at the end of March. An offer went in for the property end of May, I think. I'm trying to go retrospectively. It's literally just been the last few months. So I wish you a beautiful day. I hope you are staying tuned. And next video, I promise, surrendering to home, you will know exactly where I'm going to be. And then the last video will be opening the doors. So somewhere on this page, if you're a subscriber, if you want to book a call to me, with me, maybe you are needing a little bit of support. Maybe you're just wanting to shoot the breeze for 10, 20 minutes. Perhaps there's something specific I can help you with. I am fascinated by this concept of starting over 50. And if that's you, maybe I'm your girl. Until next time, thank you for watching this series. I tell you, it's been so much fun for me. And this has been number 3, The Place. So much love to you.